What's up YouTube, ODST General back again guys, and today I'm going to be having a video talking about the recent Q&A they did for EmergeNYC. So basically Raph did a Q&A answering a bunch of questions that fans of the game had. It was like an hour-long video, and to be honest I wanted to try and narrow down the most important stuff and the most asked stuff from that. So, getting into it, the release date is the first thing he talked about. Release is still not set. He had said that they wanted to have a month or two of development on the new map and release it. They are going into their third month now, or they're in their third month of development for it. It sounds like they've got a few different things they need to get done, but mostly he wants to complete roughly about 20 more emergencies, and they need to get the new traffic system implemented. Those are the biggest things. It also sounds like they want to further develop the EMS system and fix that up some before the new map comes out. They talked a bit about modding. They did say that the game will have future workshop support planned. They're also in the process of developing a modding SDK development kit. Basically instructions on how to mod the game, how to find the files for the textures, stuff like that. And even make up templates for the textures so that you can port them over from other games and stuff and just use those. So they're looking at like Grand Theft Auto and games like that on how to do that properly. There is also some community members who have started actually modding the game and stuff on the Discord, so if that's something you're interested in, looking at some new textures, stuff like that, the EmergeNYC Discord is a good place to check that out at. Policing mechanics, that was something I kind of talked about in my last video about EmergeNYC, where they had the police spotlight and they had the police engaging with civilians. That will not make it into the next release with the map. However, that is something they are working on now. Basically, police mechanics that they've worked on so far includes branching dialogue with AI and stuff. So basically, you go up to an AI and depending on how you talk to them, you're going to have different results coming from that. So depending on the questions you ask them, you may find that they are intoxicated or have a weapon or something like that, and you need to arrest them, or maybe you don't find that out if you don't talk to them or don't ask the right questions. Spotlights are, of course, being worked on and added. We saw that, so that one was on the obvious side. And then inventory for civilians. So once again, you know, you're going to frisk civilians, you're going to talk to them, you're going to find out that they have, you know, drug paraphernalia and stuff like that on them. Kind of similar to what's in Flashing Lights. Character controller was also modified. That it includes stuff like aiming and shooting and stuff like that. It's very early work in progress, but that's being worked on too. Going back to the map will have a bigger performance on focus. I said that backwards. A bigger focus on performance. Sorry, guys. That does come at a cost, though. There's going to be less interiors. There's going to be, obviously, less vehicles. And I would imagine that the emergencies might be scaled back to an extent. That one's a little bit hard to say. He didn't say that, but he did say that the biggest thing holding back Manhattan with performance is vehicles and, you know, the fires, the emergencies. EMS, like I said, EMS is likely to be worked on prior to the new map, so hopefully that will get fixed up, and we'll see that either as a independent release before the new map or roll out when the new map comes. The new map is smaller than Manhattan, so it's smaller than the current map that we have, so just bear that in mind when you're getting into it. It's a pretty small map. Let's see here. I think one thing I forgot to write down is I had also talked about like water pools for like tenders, or, you know, hard suction from a lake. The hard suction from a lake will not be included. There is one lake on the map, and it's like way out of the way of any roads or anything, so the hard suction's out. Water pools they are looking into. They may or may not be added. I guess Raph's like completely unfamiliar with them being from a city environment, so right now you're dependent on hydrants to resupply your trucks, your tenders, and whatever else you're taking out. I don't know how many hydrants or anything like that's on the map. That wasn't addressed at all, so we'll have to wait and see on that. Airplane will not be in the initial release of the new map, so that big firefighting airplane's not going to be ready right away. They talked about answering multiple calls at one time. This is something a lot of people have been waiting for. That will eventually happen, but they want to further develop the AI systems first before that happens, so that way you can actually send AI out to one call to handle that, while you're handling another call, or you're sending your AI between the two calls. So that will eventually happen, but that's probably a long ways down the line. Pagers and sirens will be implemented for calls. Now, this one's not such a big deal to me, but a lot of people were asking about it. So, yes, there's a pager system, and depending on the type of emergency, sirens, the tornado sirens, storm sirens, whatever you want to call them, will be implemented as well. So, basically, when you get a call, you will have the option to, I guess, from what he said, spawn either at a station or spawn in at a house and respond with a personal vehicle and stuff, and go to the fire station. You'll get a pager alert and all that stuff. The last big thing that they talked about, and the last thing I want to cover in the video, is they have worked on hoses. They are still having issues with hoses going around corners. However, they did fix the hoses falling through the ground and sliding around when they're dropped. So both of those have supposedly been fixed. Now, that I'm a little weary on, because that was, from my understanding, supposed to have been fixed and implemented and everything already, and it doesn't really feel any different than before, so we'll have to wait and see on that one. So once again, there is no ETA on the map, though. That's the big one everybody's really waiting for and wanting to know, and unfortunately we didn't get that answer. So this was all the big stuff that was really asked. I mean, there was a few other things people kind of asked and stuff, but most of that's kind of inconsequential. Or was just the same questions over and over. But hey, if you guys have any more questions about EmergeNYC, let me know in the comments below. If I can't answer them, we'll try and find out. Alright guys, take it easy.